Downsizing, Diva, and I'm here to stay. Feeling good, taking my GLP, one day to one whole year, wiped away my fears. Done 60 pounds, but that's no all. I kept on going even through the storm. My A1C went down. I still have work to do. Just when you thought I was done, my high blood pressure went down too. Feeling good, taking my tea, baby, weigh one less. I have a graceful need to tell. I'm on the road to lose 100 pounds. Can I do it in 2025? I guess I can. Downsizing, Diva, and I'm here to stay. Feeling good, taking my GLP, one day.
Hello, hello, and welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday. Hello. Hey, so who do we have in the chat? And then we'll get started. We have Lakeisha. Lakeisha, how are you? I hope you had a great birthday. How are you? We have Lakeisha. We have Felicia. Hey, Felicia. We have, oh, Mail to the B. Hey, Mail. I don't know. Look at StreamYard. Look what they're doing again. Happy Sunday, says Z. Hey, Mindy. Hey, Taisha. Hey, Tangi, I'm glad to see you back. Hey, Geraldine. Happy blessed Sunday. I love that. Happy Sunday. Tanya. Hey, Tanya. How are you? Okay, so we can get started. I got a lot packed in to today. And I got to be out of here for my daughter's gymnastics. And she's been sick, but she recouped just in time for that gymnastics. So I hope she can stay strong and make it today. So I just want to start off, this is my Mounjaro week 61 and 62. So I didn't weigh in last week, and I actually didn't even really weigh in on my regulars, myself, like just for myself. I didn't want to know because I started doing something different with what I was eating. So I'll talk about that too in a second. So basically, week 61 and 62, week 61 was Easter. And I thought that was a family day, and I did a lot of cooking. And I waited. Usually I cook, like if I'm cooking like a bigger dinner, if it's like, the kind of things I'm cooking, which was mac and cheese, greens. I'll show you guys a picture of it and show you my plate, what I ate. And so if I'm cooking a big dinner like that, I usually cook the night before, and then I transfer it, and I, heat it up the next day, and it tastes good because all that good stuff has this really soaked in. And so, but this time I cooked on Easter Sunday. I cooked on the actual day. So that was pretty cool. So I was busy on Sunday. So like I said, I did not weigh in. And then that was a kind of a stressful week. I remember talking to you guys about, a family member. I really wasn't that close to her. It was my cousin's mom. And, I talked to my cousin here and there in text messages, it's, cousin through marriage. And so we, had lost touch. So this kind of brought us closer together, which is good. She kept me and another cousin updated every day on what was going on with her mom. And it was just like a roller coaster. One day we would hear that her mom was doing well, and then the next day it wouldn't be such good news. And eventually she ended up passing on. But it just brought back so many memories of my mom. And then my daughter went with me to see her in the hospital, and she just was so shaken by that. So I didn't really go back and forth to the hospital, like I wanted to, because, my daughter was just kind of scared her a little bit to see her, like, in all these tubes and all that. So, that was kind of like a stressful week, and that led up to, Easter. And, around the holidays, it's a sad time for me anyway, because I always think about any holiday. My mom, my dad, the dad I speak of is my stepdad, but you don't let him hear me say that. So, so it's just a sad time. So, I try to have good memories and make things positive and just, celebrate with my daughter, the whole thing with Easter. So that's what I did. So that's what I did leading up to that. So that was the week one. Well, that Friday, Good Friday, for me, that's when I stopped Lent. So I started eating meat again. And I'm going to tell you, I was trying to decide whether this 10 milligrams was the sweet spot for me or not. I was having some not as much appetite suppression on this 10 milligrams. And I thought, well, maybe it's because I'm not eating meat, even though I'm still getting that calorie count in there. Meat has like bulk to it. At least that's what I feel like. It's that protein that fills you up so fast or, quicker and, just you can hold on to it. It keeps you satisfied. And so I thought, well, maybe that was it. So since I've been eating meat again, I still have noticed that my appetite is not as suppressed as I would want it to be. It really is not. And so, the jury's out. It remains to be seen because I still have some, I feel like it's some glitching going on here. I'm sorry with this StreamYard. But so I really don't know if the true, account of what's going on with this appetite suppression until I'm, off, this Lent diet. And I don't know if it should be a diet. I just gave up eating all meat except for seafood and, I ate salmon and tuna. So I really don't know, but if since I started back eating the meat, I haven't eaten as much like every day. I haven't eaten something that, was, chicken, turkey, or fish is what I was eating. So chicken and turkey. So I don't know what it is, but I still feel like I have some suppression, but not a lot. So that's just going to change how I go into this doctor's appointment in June. Because if I stay the way I'm at, I may need to titrate up, but I don't know yet if the jury is still out. So are things glitchy? Because for me, it's glitchy. Like I see like these glitches going on in my screen. So if it's not bothering you guys, I'm fine with it. I just want to wonder because it seems really glitchy on my screen. Okay, so let me go back to. So those are my side effects. Other than so the 10 milligrams, that's what that is. Like I'm on the fence with this 10 milligrams now that I incorporated some of the meat. So the side effects, I will say, my side effects are that I'm still cold. You can see now, I just came in from being out and about. And, I practically came in like to my house 20 minutes before this live was starting and, muddled around. And then, so that's why, I'm dressed like I'm going outside, even though I probably would be dressed like this anyway, because one of my side effects is still, I am freezing cold. I am cold. Now here it's the high supposed to be, I think 60 something today. Outside is probably closer to 50 and I'm freezing out. I was cold outside and I was cold inside. I'm cold. I'm a little chilly inside. So we'll have to see like how that all pans out with this side effect of being cold. Because I don't know. I'm thinking once it really warms up, it remains to be seen how this is going to affect me. Then my other side effect is constipation is back. Constipation is back. So now that I'm eating chicken, I really have only eaten chicken. I don't think I've even eaten turkey since Lent was over. So Good Friday. And that constipation is back. It is. So I kind of just want to give up the chicken. I want to just go back to eating my seafood because I was going and it was flowing. Now I feel like, geez, Louise, like what is going on? So I'm back with the constipation. It's not as bad as it was though when I was eating, tons of meat every day. And I say tons for me because I'm not really a big meat eater before Mounjaro. I was not. And that's why I think I packed on the pounds because I wasn't as, I was into the carbs and, fruits and veggies, but I was a carb girl. So my plan of attack, what do I plan to do? Because I always come with the plan. So my plan of attack for that is to basically, I am just going to scale back on some of that chicken. I'm going to scale back. Now, remember, I only eat before Lent for 20 plus years now, maybe 15 to 20 years. I only eat chicken, turkey, and seafood. And my seafood is just fish and shrimp. I don't eat lobster. I don't eat crab. No, I don't eat beef. I don't eat pork. I don't eat lamb. So I was only eating chicken, fish, and turkey. And it's funny because when people hear you say that, they assume you're supposed to be smaller. But remember, you can overeat anything there is. You could overeat it. So, so I was just eating, those limited meats and still, got to up to 300 pounds. So, it just depends on, if you're in that calorie deficit and how much you're overeating, which obviously I was doing a lot of overeating. So right now, where I'm at is I am just going to scale back on some of this meat. I know people have a thing where they have a meatless Monday. I'll probably have a meatless Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And maybe I'll eat something on the weekends. I don't know, but I just know I don't feel as light either. Remember how I was saying when I was eating the plant-based, mostly diet and there were times where I didn't even eat the fish or in the tuna. I'm going to make a video about what I was eating. So you'll see exactly. I was taking pictures. I'm no Martha Stewart, the, melanin version. That's not me, even though I'm a pretty good cook with some things, but I'm not in there doing all things fabulous. I didn't record that kind of stuff. I just took lots of good pictures. So I'm going to, take you through what I was eating and how much I actually lost during the Lent time, because I think it'll kind of shock you. How that taking out that meat, what that did for me. And I'm, wish I could take a blood test right now to see what it did to my body. But I probably will never know because I'm mixing some of that meat back in. And one of the main reasons why I'm doing that, because you might be saying, well, Downsizing Diva, if you did so well, why would you go back? Well, because I was struggling, though, to get that protein in. I mean, me and fiber were like, friends, but that protein, I still was struggling to get that in there as much as I want. So I thought, okay, let me add some of the meat back. So that's my thought. But like I say, this weight loss journey is trial and error. So I'm going to just try different things and see what works for me, So maybe not having, the meat except for seafood. Maybe that's like the best diet for me when I'm on Mounjaro, the best lifestyle for me, because I won't even say a diet. This is something I could do, forever. And so, I'll just have to tweak it and see how things go. So, I'm not so sure. But so I had, Lent ended, and then I had, Easter. And then so last week, leading up to where I'm at now, last week my daughter was sick, or, leading up to this week. So she was sick. So I was out of work for a couple of days. And, if you ever have taken care of a toddler, I mean, she was just miserable. She tried to go to school though. And I said, no. Her teacher told me that it was 8 kids out in her class. And then it was another between her class and another second grade class. Just the two of those classes, they had 14 students out. And so when she told me that, I thought, there's no way. I'm sure it's like germs all over the place there. So, we stayed at home. And so now she's better. Like I said, she's better. Still stuffy nose. But so I was dealing with all of that, with the, her being out and just having that stuffy nose and just all the things that go along with that. So I just, that's just kind of leads me up until where I'm at now. And so because last week my daughter was going through, being sick, and, it started actually Tuesday into, it just became like we had to go to the urgent care on Wednesday because her school nurse, I got all the way to work and the school nurse called me. And for me, that's like a 45-minute drive. The nurse called me and I had to turn right back around and go pick her up. And I was going to have my dad do it because he, could have went up, he was closer, but I didn't want to get him sick. He's 77, I believe. And I just thought, no, I don't want him to get sick. And we thought she had strep. We didn't know at the time, what she has. But another thing too, I want to talk about real quick, and then we'll dive into my weight loss. And then I have a huge announcement that I want to share with everybody. So, there I go again, losing my train of thought. But what was I saying? Sorry. I forgot what I was saying. Oh my goodness. Okay. It'll come back to me. Oh, I know. Okay. So, you guys know I took a DEXA scan, and one of the things that the DEXA scan, revealed is that my, this is a separate test. This is not included in the DEXA scan, but so the RMR, or the resting metabolic rate. That test told me that my metabolism was operating with as many calories as I was eating, which was in the 1500. So I always say 1590. So somewhere in there is what I have been eating. And my metabolism is burning, calories. That's low of amount of calories. That's considered low. And I know people think 1200 is considered low, but really it's not. I mean, 1200 is low. I shouldn't say it really is not. It's not, that low end. I guess you could go down into the like 1000s and 800s, but really 15 to 1800 is probably the sweet spot where you should be. I would even say, closer to that when you're cutting back, depending on your size, right? Depending on your size. So for somebody of my size, I should be eating closer to 2000 calories. And even they even told me to eat up to 2400. And I said, I don't think I could do that. 2400, that sounds like a lot, right? So I said, okay, I could do the 2000. So I started off eating the 1800, and that's what really prompted me to add the meat again, because I thought, okay, this is a quick and easy way for me to get those extra calories in. And so I'm gonna have to go with how I feel. And so I think I'm gonna scale back on eating that chicken, scale back on just going back to what I was doing for Lent, because I felt better. Like even now I feel like sluggish, a little draggy. And it all related to the food. It's all related to what I'm eating. So my goal is to get that RMR, my resting metabolic rate, up closer to 2000. So in order to do that, I have to eat more calories. So I have been trying to eat that 1800, and my goal eventually is to get up to 2000. So, and so you guys might be thinking, is this lady crazy? I am not. I'm a numbers girl. Somebody can show me how it works and show me the numbers, and I'm going to roll with that. So that's what I'm doing until it doesn't work. So instead of like jumping up to that 2000, I said, I'm going to start off slow. And I added a little bit more, like 100 calories here, 200 calories there. I think I'm up to the 1800, but I really have to sit down and like map out a plan for myself. Like that's what I really need to do, is just map that plan out of what my eating is going to look like from here. And I kind of don't know. So we'll let my weight loss results show you guys, like, what do you think I should do moving forward? So before we talk about that, let's just really quick, I see more people came in the chat. Let's just really quick, what do you think happened with my weight loss? Now, this is a 2-week span. So what do you guys think? Did I lose or did I gain? What do you think? Did I lose or did I gain? What do you think? Write your predictions in the chat. If you're at home watching and you're watching the replay, what do you think? What do you think I did? Do you think I lost or did I gain? All right, Geraldine, she says she's betting on me. Yes, she says I lost. Okay. Oh my goodness. Jeez, Louise. Oh, Purvis, you thought I lost too. Okay. Tanya says I lost. Mel, you think I lost 2.5 pounds. Okay. All right. Oh, Naturalista. She thinks I lost. Okay. Felicia says I maintained. Okay, Felicia. Yeah, she thinks I maintained. Okay. Okay. I love that. Okay. All right. Any more guesses? And I'm going to tell you what's been going on with me. Z, right. It sounds like a lot of stress, doesn't it, Z? Jeez, Louise. Oh, Mary says my face says I lost. Okay, I gotta have a poker face, huh? I don't know, but did I or not? Mary, I come on here all smiles, and I'm like, oh, guys, I didn't lose. You never know. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm gonna put this up here first. Before we do that, let me show you guys. This is what I had for my Easter dinner. Look at that. I made deviled eggs. I had to go to that. My eyes attract to that first. Of course, we like our onions and tomatoes. I had some corn. We did have butter on there. We had a strawberry pie. It's so funny. My daughter and I were in the store, and we said, which one is probably the healthiest? And she said, well, I don't know if it's healthier, but it looks better. So it was this strawberry pie. And so it was pretty good. Lots of strawberries in there. We still have it. The whipped cream is what really gives it away and messes, the whole thing up. Takes those beautiful strawberries and makes them not so healthy. But I had greens, I have a little chicken wing there. I have the cornbread. My dad made the cornbread and greens. I had mac and cheese and sweet potatoes. So that was my Easter dinner. So take into that account, I ate good that day. And, there was not a lot left on my plate. And let's just say that. All right. So with that said, here is my weight for today. This week, I should say. Let me take this banner off. All right. So where am I at? I lost 1.6 pounds. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So I am down 68.8. I'm so close to that 70. So close to the 70. So I was at 239.2 on April 12th and April 27th. As of today, I'm 237.6. And actually, I weighed in yesterday because I knew today I was going to be busy having things going on in the morning. So I lost 1.6 pounds, and my non-scale victory is I'm eating 300 more calories and I am still losing. How about that? So I ate more calories and I lost. There you go. There you go. And I didn't kick up my exercise. I probably didn't exercise as much as I normally would get in. At this point, because my schedule is busy. And actually next week, I think I'm going to redo something a little different with next week. I think next week I am going to get up in the morning a little bit earlier and do my exercise, because I don't know, my evenings are kind of packed. May is a busy week. This is my last month of school. Thursday, I think it's May 1st. This is my last month of school. My daughter has meetings, things going on. I have meetings. I'm wrapping up my school year. We have report cards. It's so much that goes on at the end of the school year. If you have kids, you understand, how busy the month of May is. So, I have things going on, but I see that 70 pounds. I see you and I'm coming for you. So I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited. And yes, Mel, that was a good guess. That was a good guess. I like the way you put the numbers on it. All right. So yeah, I did not gain. I did not gain. So, we will see. We will see what goes on. What goes on in the next coming months. So I just want to maintain, like, I don't have to have a loss every week, because I realize that's not even practical, but I just don't want to gain, because I just want to pick up momentum. You guys saw my little weight loss chart going down, 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 down. So thank you for all the well wishes. After I make my huge announcement, we'll go in the chat. Now, for me, it's huge. You guys might be like, oh, that's not so huge. But for me, this is a huge announcement. So I'm going to tell you guys, I am so excited. I keep telling you guys that I'm going to retire in 2 years. And I mean, really, I have had a 2-year plan. I met with the people with my retirement, and, I'm aiming for that 2-week plan. And then, our state board here approved that we could retire with our full benefits at 32 years. Well, guess how many years I have? 31. So that means I can retire next year. And so I had said in my mind, I'm not going to. I'm still sticking to my 33. Well, as of the other day, which was today. Today is Sunday. So as of yesterday, I think I'm 85% sure that I'm out of there. I think 85% I'm sure that I'm retiring. You guys might say, why just 85%? Because that other 15% depends on when I meet with our board, our financial advisors. I meet with them this summer. And I guess you could have scheduled a meeting next week. I have so much going on. We have testing. I have testing coming up with my class. So, I have that next week. So I'm just going to be busy in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm retiring next year. This is going to be my last year. I'm going to be on here boo-hooing. Probably every other day. Jeez Louise. So that is my plan. That is my plan. So I have a friend who also, we plan to retire together. She teaches in another system than me. And, we were talking yesterday. We have been playing phone tag for so long. And we finally talked yesterday, and she said she's retiring too. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll have somebody besides Taisha, long distance though, but I'll have somebody to have coffee with. I told my dad, we could have coffee, we could have lunch. I'm looking forward to that. But you guys have gotten to know me a little bit. I'm the type of person, I just won't sit and just be, not doing something. So, and I hear, just a lot coming up. Who knows? There may be some kind of incentive for retirees, out there with, what's going on with my school system. So I don't know, but I just know I won't be full time probably anywhere after next year anytime soon. I think I'm just going to be laying low, enjoying my retirement. And, I've been working since I was 14. I had a job at 14. So I should have some social security in there, shouldn't I, somewhere? So I've been, but you don't get that because I'm still younger. For a retiree, I'll be 53 this summer, and when I turn 53, before I'll be retired at 53 with 32 years. I think that's excellent. But I've been working since I was 14, so I've always just had a job, kept a job, and so but I just got to make sure my finances are together because I told you, I had some deaths in my family. All those deaths, I never got like insurance money or big lump sum of money from my family, my parents. They didn't plan their finances like that, and so I'm going to be different. I'm going to be the one in my family to break that generational curse of not, really planning for, your retirement, after you, pass on, and so I have, I'm breaking that curse for my family and my daughter and here moving on. So, you might hear some financial stuff from me. I talked about my other channel. I didn't start that. I even worked with somebody that was going to work with me on that channel. And something told me to take a step back because I want to do it right. And then I also don't want to talk about my job. Like, I really don't, like I say to anybody, I would hate to come on YouTube and see a teacher talking about kids on their channel. Like, small kids too, like older kids. I mean, that probably is a different story, but small kids, I don't want to come on some lady's channel and see somebody, a teacher's channel and see them talking about somebody's kids. I just don't think that that's appropriate. And I know that's easy to get into, right? And I teach little kids, so I'm only talking about little kids. Older kids are, older. And they have some say in, what goes on with them. But my daughter, I'm her representative, I'm her advocate. And, just like I don't want people on YouTube talking about her or anywhere for that matter, I don't want to do that with other people's kids. But I do realize when you're talking about your job, you get into stuff like that, and I don't ever want to do that. So I said, just in case I slip up, I'm going to just wait till I retire, I think, to talk about retirement. At least that's what I'm thinking now. I may change. I always say a lady has a right to change her mind. Maybe some financial things, if I could talk about things that aren't related to my job, I might go that angle. So I'll know, more this summer. How I'm going to approach that and what I'm going to do. But I'm just excited. So what are you guys saying in the chat? Let's go to the chat. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna go to the point where you guys are guessing my way. So we have Lakeisha was the first one in here. Lakeisha, did you have a great birthday? I don't know. It's like over here where my comments are. It's kind of like, so you guys don't see the screen. Somebody let me know. Is the screen blurry to you guys? Because I see like some glitches. Sandra, my other weight loss twin is here. Hello. Do you guys see glitches in the screen? Taisha, do you see that? I can't tell. I see them, but I was wondering if you guys could see those glitches. Okay, so what are you guys saying? Wait a second. I saw Delilah came in, Jamisha. I'm trying to go up beyond that. Okay, I don't know. Here's Mel. Keisha, the week is not over yet. Happy birthday week again. Yes, I know people who celebrate their birthdays for the month. People are saying hello. I love that. Riding my bike while watching. Hey, Mindy. All right, I saw Tangi. I saw Tanya. I saw Jerlene. I'm trying to go to where I left off. People are saying hello. We have Delilah. How's baby Dee? Sorry, I'm late. No, baby Dee is better. We're banking on taking her to that gymnastics class today. So hopefully she'll make it. Hey, Jamisha, how are you? Okay, I saw you come in. Hey, Diana, how are you? All right. Let's see. Oh, Freedy Man, how are you? I watch you all the time, but never say anything. Just wanted to say hello. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you stopped in and say hello. Love that. Look at Lakeisha. Look at that beautiful profile pic. That's like probably a birthday one. It's still so cute. I love it. Okay, okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go down. Did you reintroduce anything else outside of chicken? No, I just had chicken. That's it. I didn't even have a chance to have turkey. Usually when I have turkey, it's like, like ground turkey with like chili or spaghetti or something like that, or meatloaf, but no, I haven't even eaten that yet. Um, I wouldn't assume you're small if you don't eat red meat or pork. Outside of Taisha, all the vegetarians I know are super obese. Yes, you know what? That is true. That's because you heavy on those carbs. Okay, because when I tell people that, some people do think like, oh, how'd you gain weight then? Well, because I'm eating carbs. Let's show Dee Dee some love by liking this live stream. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I always forget to say like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Perhaps because you were eating less meat and replacing it with whole grains and fiber. Now you're fuller because you reintroduced the chicken, fish, turkey. It's not allowing you to have more fiber. Yes, I think so. Because, we know those things don't have fiber for sure. I think you're on point with that, Mel. Delilah says, that's a great theory. I think 100% it is. Lose. Oh, these people. Taisha thought I gained. Okay, so everybody pretty much was thinking I lost 2.5, lost. Maintain, gain due to stress. Yes, yes, yes. Your face says you lost. Oh, Mary. Easter dinner looks delicious. It was very tasty, very good, very good. And I ate some of those, some of the mac and cheese and the carbs, right? The next day I ate leftovers too. So I probably would have had a bigger weight loss had I not been eating that. But that was my way of also getting calories. Just probably not the best calories to get, right? Because I did eat less, but the calorie count was up there. And so that's one of the misconceptions I hope that people are realizing. Thank you, guys. I hope people are realizing one of the biggest misconceptions is that when are bigger, you eat a whole lot. And some people do, because you got to get up to that. But I think people are eating like what you're eating is a lot of calories, because I know I would eat one meal, maybe at 1.5 meals. And because that meal was like a fast food, meal, it was probably 3,000-4,000 calories. And then also having a lemonade with it, and then having something that was like a snack, chips or something, is what I used to eat. I didn't eat a whole lot. And I'm sure my metabolism was messed up too. So I wasn't burning, when I was just sitting around. But, just that one meal can be one meal can be my calories for 2 days now, if I think about it, what I was eating before. So I think it is some truth when people say that are much bigger, like, oh, I don't really eat that much. Well, they don't. But when they do eat, those calories add up. They're eating high calorie, high volume calorie food. So all right, what is Taisha saying? That is awesome. I only guessed game because you said you haven't been as regular. Yeah, yes, I'm so freaking proud of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I haven't been, but and I haven't even taken the Mago 7. What I took was, I couldn't find it. I looked for it. I was like, am I out? And I remember just buying some. So I think I put my medication up high so my daughter doesn't get to it. And so I have to find what I did with it, because I just bought a new bottle of Mago 7 not too long ago. And I haven't used it, in 40 days. Well, now it's been more than 50 days. So I have not used that. So I need to go back and find that. But I did take Colace, and Colace, I feel like it makes me go, it softens your poop. And so, and that is just been so helpful for me. But yeah, I took that one time. So in 2 weeks, I still only have taken that one time. But I feel like I need to take one now. So I think I'll do that tonight, or actually probably before I leave to go. But I can't find the Mago 7, so I'll have to take something else. Z says, yes, I have some Docalex. I don't know if you guys know what that was. When I had a colonoscopy, I was told to take that. So I do, it's like a laxative kind of. So I have that. So I may take that for today. We'll see. I just don't like the way that makes me feel either. Sandy, hey, Sandy. She says, hello, everyone, and congratulations. Hello. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. All right, what are you guys saying? People are saying hello. Jen, hey, Jen, hey. Oh, Taisha says, hashtag team retired. Can you guys believe I will be retired? I can't even believe it. When I tell you I'm going to be boohooing my eyes out, can you imagine doing something that you love to do for 31 years? And, like with any kind of job or thing you've been doing, like you're just tired, you want to change, you want to do something different. And I'm the kind of person I'll go in to do my job. You guys probably could tell from here. Like I like to do creative and fun stuff. And so, if I'm feeling like things are dragging, I'm thinking of ways I can like pick it up and take it up a notch. And so, but yeah, I think I need like a change in pay. So I probably won't ever stop working. But I just think who knows with everything that's going on with the world. I don't know. Yeah. So thank you, Geraldine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited. Did I miss the weigh-in? Yes, I'm gonna put it back up in a second, Jen. Jen, you missed it, but it was good. Yes, yes, yes. I did lose. And then my other weight loss twin is in here. Oh, I love that. Okay, the screen is not glitching for you. Okay, good. I wonder how it's going to be on the playback though, because it's glitching for me. I kind of want to refresh my screen and come back in, but I feel like all might be lost because we got to celebrate you guys, and then I'm out of here. Let's see. Congrats. Oh, Brown David, I love the picture. I'm glad you have your picture up. Congrats on all the great news this week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Plus, we were having a ton of insulin spikes because of what we were eating. Yes, you're right, for sure, for sure. Totally unrelated. Your nails look adorable. Thank you. That's what I was. I was in the nail shop and my nails grew. It's so funny. I think I told you this, Taisha, but my daughter said, Mom, why did maybe this was somebody else. She said, Mom, why did your nails have the space in between them? Well, you know how like when your nails grow out, you got that space. And I said, well, that tells you, honey, I need to go to the nail shop ASAP. And I don't normally do my own nails, but I got them done. That was my treat for the month for myself over the what's that? My spring break. And I thought, and that was my self-care. Remember, we're keeping that going, right? The self-care once a month. I said I was going to do something. Well, of course, they look so nice. It just keeps you going back. My eyes. I don't know if you guys can see my eyes as well with this hat. So yeah, so I just thought that was the cutest thing. She's like, yeah, why do you have that space? So that is it. That is my week, my 10 milligrams, so just to recap, and then I'll show my weight again, Jan, for you and anybody else that just happened to just pull up and just watching just now. But, my 10 milligrams is, it's on the fence. I don't know. I think that 10 milligrams, and, I'm one of those people. I don't just titrate up. I've been on 10 milligrams going on 6 months now. Since November 29th, I believe. So December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, I'm going on 6 months of 10 milligrams. So I'm not like a fast titrator. And I've been on Mounjaro for 14, going on 15 months. So, if it has taken its course, it will. I think the jury is still out on it. I'm not so sure because Lord knows I'm doing everything and anything to keep from moving up. So I just want to make sure that I'm making the right choice. But like I do feel full when I eat. I just don't feel like the suppression like I had it before. So I can eat and not eat all of my meal because it is keeping me still full. And I'm one of those people, I don't want my appetite to be totally suppressed because guess what? I got to eat up to 2,000 calories. So I want to eat. I want to be able to eat. I don't want to be on 12.5 and can't get my calories in. So if I have to stay on 10 and just put the pedal to the metal, maybe kick up that exercise, and that's what I'll do before I titrate up. And not that I care about titrating up because I don't. Now I can also go back and my A1C has not moved, and then that would be a reason to go up too. So, and we will see. I think I'm going to have some kind of challenge for myself. Like I do well with the goal, as you could probably tell. So my goal is to cut back on some of the sugary sweets. And one thing I will say, I was not planning this, but I did not eat protein bars. I had one protein bar during that Lent time. And I don't know what that was about. I didn't, that was originally what I was going to give up. And yeah, I guess just God had other plans for me to still give it up. I ate it one time, and I bought one, and I said, let me just buy one, and it was so good. And I think it's because I hadn't eaten it in a while. So I had one protein bar in those 40 days when I was on Lent. And so yeah, I don't know, but I think I'm gonna have to buy some more protein bars if I'm gonna get up to that, 18 and 2000. I don't know when I'm going to 2000. I'm gonna see how the 18 goes, but eventually, I am gonna have to go up to that 2000 because I go back and do my follow-up DEXA scan, and I don't want to go in there saying, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. So I'm just going to try to work my way. But like I said, I don't know if I could get to it with the 12.5. So I'm going to be sharing some more things on Wednesday about that DEXA scan. And, for people who have not got one yet, I ended up calling the guy back after I got some questions from people on that video. And so, I ended up calling him back and talking with him and finding out some more information that I think would be helpful to everybody here. So, that's coming on Wednesday. And then another thing too is I think I talked about I'm probably will be moving my Wednesdays to 8:30. I asked my members, the channel members, and most people said 8:30, or whatever you need to do. My daughter is going to be switching her gymnastics to Wednesdays because she needs to level up, right? And that's the day. So it's Wednesday. So I have to work out the day and time. But if it's they have 2 Wednesday classes, one I won't make. So a friend volunteered to pick her up. Maybe my dad could take her. I don't know. We'll work it out. But so either way, if it's an earlier class or not, it is going to affect my Wednesday, what we do, our routine. So I just have to readjust that. So I think this Wednesday though, I'm going to be at 8:30. I have to change my little banner because my banner says 8. And I think I just put in a video 8. But and it's so funny. It'll, you'll see if you put that notification bell on, you'll just see I'm live. I'm sure it pops up for some people. So that will be good. So Wednesdays I'm switching to 8:30. Fridays I'm still on at 8:30. Maybe that's good to have 2 consistent times the same. Like Dee Dee's on at 8:30. And then of course, Sundays I'm on that too. But on Friday we had Nadia Edwards. I don't know if you guys saw that video. She has written a book, and she has this dating method. And what is the name of her book? I should have had it handy dandy. I think I have a little banner here. But I love supporting, developing artists and people that are, new and upcoming, right? Because it's like you got to start somewhere. So that is her, Nadia Edwards, and she has a book that you can actually pre-order, because it's not out. I think she said it was out in the summer, and you can pre-order it. And I thought that was a great conversation. I'm going to order her book. I'm going to order 2. One of them I'm going to give away. I'm going to order 2. My intention was to do that yesterday, and I just was tired. I was supposed to wash my hair yesterday. I'll be washing that tonight. My hairstylist, I cannot get in with her till June. When I say booked and busy, she is booked and busy, but really she's been out. Like she took a little bit of a vacation, over a month. So I don't know if that's considered a vacation or a mini leave. So I'm going to be washing my hair tonight. But one of the things I'm going to do is order 2 of those books. And one of them is for me because, I want to be out there on the dating scene. But the other one I'm going to raffle off. So I'll have a couple things to raffle off this summer, and I don't know, I'll talk more about that when it gets to be. But if you're interested, I just thought she had a very great perspective on dating. And one of the things, well, we'll talk about that on Friday. But some of the things she said resonated with me, and I had a talk with her after, and we're going to keep in touch. She seems like a very nice lady. And so if you're interested in dating, I would just, if you're a reader, I would just say grab that book. That's something that, and then a lot of people have the book, we can actually talk about it on one of those Fridays. We could talk about what's in her book, and she's willing to come back as well. So we got to get that Coach Romiko back. Summertime is coming. Some of you are bikini ready. Miss Downsizing Diva is not. What do you call that? What do you call that? What they wear? Like I'm wrap ready. Like I can wrap it up. I won't be in anybody's bathing suit anytime soon here. But who knows? A girl has a right to change her mind. I might just step out there with the bathing suit on. I don't know. So I'm going to see if he'll come back and just talk to us. You know, some of you are going on vacations. I know people are going on that downsize cruise. You know, you want to be ready for that cruise. You got to have your stuff ready. So, but what are you guys celebrating? What are you celebrating? So any other, and I just want to say on here, I think I mentioned that in my last video, if us, congratulating people on your weight loss and seeing my weight loss, if that is just making you disappointed in what you're doing, I say don't, because everybody's different, right? And we really have to respect and honor that. But coming here and talking about what you're doing is not about the weight loss either. Because remember, when I come here on the days I'm not losing, I'm talking about other things that have, really helped support my journey, which is the inches. I measured myself at the beginning, of my weight loss journey. I still have to share that. I probably share that when I do my whole clothes and things sometime here soon. Well, maybe in the summer, because I got to wait till school's out. That's going to take some time, because I like to do things, right, in my mind anyway. And so I really want to put that video together. I won't have the kind of time I need to really do that. But, talk about that, tell us, it could be, I was at the doctor, we went to the urgent care, and, those urgent care has those little benches. I think I've talked about this before, but it was even more space now. Those little benches, my daughter would sit next to me and she'd be scrunched up. Well, now she could sit and we're just comfortable. Like, that's a non-scale victory. I mean, it just, it makes me, just beaming with joy every time I think about that I can sit there and my hips are not as spread out as it was before. Those are the things that you should be coming here and sharing, not just that on my channel, but anybody's channel. Those are non-scale victories. If you got to ditch that scale, ditch that scale. Remember, this was a 2-week span. Now, I was hopping on the scale for Lent more because I just wanted to see like what was going on with my body, what it was doing when I gave up, eating that type of protein, the meat, protein. But I'm telling you, I didn't weigh in last week. I didn't care. Like, I didn't want to know. I thought, okay, I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing. I was actually eating more. And I just thought, let the chips fall where they may. And they did. I'm not one of those people that rely on the scale because I can't handle it. Now, I know it's a lot of people who can handle it. That would have thrown me off. And so I don't do it. If it's going to stress me out, that's why I don't do it. I think it's a great idea. When I was weighing in every week, if you can handle it, I thought it was great to give me a gauge every day on what I was doing. But it's so much that goes into that whole scale with you're holding on to water, the water retention, what you're eating, what time of day you're eating, what time of day you're weighing in. Like, all of that goes into play. And so unless you're weighing in consistently at the same time every day, I don't know that you have the most accurate data anyway, because it fluctuates. Do you weigh in every time before you even eat or drink? Are you eating and drinking and weighing in some days, and then some days you're not? All that's going to be different. So if I were you, I would pick a consistent time to weigh in. So that's my non-scale victory too. I said about the eating more and still losing. It's also being able to sit in that hospital little bench with my daughter, and us both we had room. Like, she wasn't scrunched up, like, and she didn't have to sit on my lap. So that is a non-scale victory. I'll take that over even 2 pounds or 3 pounds. I don't know if I'd take it over 5 pounds. I cracked myself up. So what are your victories? What are you guys doing? Let's see. Dee Dee, put on that swimsuit and enjoy your life. I'll be at Hawaii this summer and in my swimsuit, just doing me. If people don't like it, they don't have to look. I love that. I love that. And it's so funny. One of my daughter's godmother I just sent her a message and was telling her I got some huge news. And she's retiring this year. She was planning on retiring down the road. We were going to retire together. And she's retiring this year. So I don't know if she's watching or not, but guess where she's watching from? Hawaii. She's in Hawaii. So the fact that you say that, and she told me she was going, and I just totally forgot about it. But she's like, I'm in Hawaii. We got to coordinate the times and da da da. So I just thought that was so funny. I wasn't going to mention that, but you said Hawaii. It came to my mind. Felicia, I lowered my LDL. Yes, Felicia, I love that. I love that. You lowered that LDL. Oh my goodness, I love that. All right, very good. Yes, Brown Velvet. People on the cruise will be seeing my saggy skin. Sorry, not sorry. I love it. Do you, Mindy? I love that. Okay, let's see. My victories, Brown Velvet. I finally crossed a 50-pound loss milestone and I got into a size 18 short. So, yes, beach body ready. Yes, I love that. Woo-hoo-hoo. I love that for you. I love that for you. That is so cool. You know, I'm not that brave yet. Maybe one day I'll graduate to be brave like, like that. I am just not. Let's see if this, I have some confetti. Let's see if this confetti. Yay! I love it. Did you guys see the confetti? I was trying to make the confetti come. Did you guys see that? Dee Dee, I skipped your non-skill victory. Let me see. Let's go back, Mindy. I don't want to skip. This scrolls down so fast. Okay, let's see. Your non-skill victory. Mindy. Okay. Oh, I skipped Sandra too. Tammy! Oh my goodness. She says, "Hello, everybody. Congratulations, Dee Dee, on your retirement. Thank you. Thank you. I love your hair in that pic. I want to be easy breezy with the hair too. I think the hair is going to be a chore for me this summer. It's going to be so hot." Sandra says, "I have been on 10 about the same, and I think I need to go up too." Oh my goodness. Let me know when you do so we can keep twinning. Yes. I love that. I love that, Sandra. That is so funny. Jeez, Louise. I love it. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. I got my Sandy, Sandra. Oh my goodness. All right, Mindy. Mindy, I had my colonoscopy on Thursday. Didn't need an XL. Oh, blood pressure cuff or an XL gown anymore. That is a non-skill victory. Woohoo! Let's give you the confetti. Let's see if I can get the confetti. I need like some cheers going on. Cheers too. I love that. Jeez, Louise. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now when I come back to it, am I okay, it's highlighted. Now I can see. All right, you're ready for that cruise. Taisha and Mel. Yes. All right, Taisha and Mel, you guys have to like FaceTime me when you're on that cruise so I can see what's going on. Wouldn't that be so funny if I didn't tell you guys I was going on the cruise and I was just on that cruise? No, that's not happening, but wouldn't that be hilarious? Okay, all right. All right, I love that. She said, put on that swimsuit. I just may take your advice. I may take your advice. I have a scale victory out of, this is simply Taisha, out of 13.8 pounds of inflammation, water retention that she gained in only 11 days. She's lost 12.4. The non-scale victory is that I kept everything the same and I trusted the process. Yay! Now that is trusting the process because I would have probably broke my scale, called my doctor. I would have went back to watch one of your Zen videos. I take that back. That's what I would have done. All right, very good, Taisha. I love that. Now, if I didn't give you the confetti, let me know because I just remembered I had that confetti. All right. Let's see. I don't know if I gave Felicia the confetti, but just in case I didn't, this is for Felicia. I can't remember that fast. Yay, Felicia. I love it. Okay. So any more victories? Okay. Thank you for telling me. You got to tell me if I skipped you because these comments come down so fast. I am able to wear my summer clothes that I couldn't get in last summer. Yay, 15 pounds down. Sandy, we love it. We love it. I love the balloons too. I'm such an elementary school teacher, aren't I? Like just that little thing. That's so funny. That like brings me joy that she has those balloons in there like that. She says, yes, confetti. Yay. Awesome sauce. I love that. 50 pounds. That is awesome. That 50 pounds. When I got to that 50 pounds, that felt so good. It felt like a big thing. But now the 2 pounds feel good. The 0.2, I'm like, you know how I am with the 0.2. One of these days, I'm going to embrace that 0.2 even. All right, you guys are congratulating everyone. Z says, congratulations, everyone. You guys are doing amazing. We love that. Bravo, Sandy. That's great. And financially beneficial to boot. Taisha, trusting the process. You're teaching me so much about that. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. All right, very good. Love the confetti. Thank you. I love that. Pop up on us. I'm gonna be playing that Kendrick Lamar in the background. If you hear Kendrick Lamar, you're gonna be like, "Is Dee Dee here? Is Dee Dee?" Oh my goodness. If Dee Dee showed up on the cruise, I would faint of joy. Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise. If I could just pop up, I would love that too. We would have so much fun. Andrea, I'm so frustrated. A month on 10 milligrams and no loss. Okay, thank you for sharing that. And I love how you have that PhD. You know, I'm so glad you came in here. She always leaves comments on my videos, the nicest comments. You always brighten my day whenever I get a comment from you. So sweet. So, okay, so let's help her out. So she's on 10 milligrams and no loss. So are you doing all the things, Andrea? Are you, drinking that water, 64 ounces to 80 ounces? Are you getting that protein in? And, it's so much controversy about this protein. I use the 0.6 times my weight to get my 143. But even if you did half your body weight, so if you did 250 and you're eating 125 grams of protein at least, I think that's a great start for you. I don't know how much you weigh, but I'm just saying whatever half your body weight is. So I would do that. That's the water, the protein, fiber. Make sure you're getting that fiber in. If you don't, take some fiber gummies. Fiber, what's that called? Fiber. I don't know if it's called Fiber One. I have to get my fiber gummies. I don't really use those. I use that. I don't really use that. I use to get my fiber in fruits and vegetables. Really, I just load up on those fruits and vegetables. If I can't eat that many, I just put it in the smoothie. Like I'll put spinach in there. Sometimes I use almond milk. Sometimes I just use plain water. And I load up on the veggies. That'll get you going. Beans, if you can add beans in. I know people use psyllium husk. I think that's what they're called. That fiber. So I would get that fiber in there, Andrea. They say you should at least get 25 grams of fiber. When I was doing the no meat and I was just doing seafood, I was getting in 44 to 45 grams of fiber. So I was doubling. So that's what I'm saying. I never had a problem going to the restroom. What else could you do? So we got the fiber, we got the water, we got the protein. Oh, exercise. Are you exercising? I don't know. If you're exercising, I would take it up a notch. If you've only been on 10 milligrams for 1 month, do not titrate up. Whatever you do, I think you should. It says in order to be in a stall, you should be doing all the things for a period of time, and then it stops, and it takes like 1 to 3 months. So the next time I would do the same thing with that second month, so you're a month on 10, go to that next month. If you could step up some of those basics, like the sleep is another one. So step up some of those 4 things, like the fiber, the water, the protein, your sleep, and exercise. So really it's 5 pillars, right? That for any weight loss that you could get this going. And then if you do all those things and you're still not seeing results, then I would talk to your doctor, but at least give it 2 to 3 months before you give up. But if you're doing all the things, I wonder how many calories are you getting in too. So, you might want to look at that as well. So I would focus in on that fiber. When all of that fails, what worked for me back in the summer? What I did was I stopped eating past 7 o'clock. And some days, even now, I don't eat past 6 or 6:30. So, but 7 is your cutoff. I would cut that off. And, when I talk to Coach Romiko or anybody else when I talk to anybody else who, I was looking at Mill's comment. I'm sorry. When I talk to anybody else who's like a coach, a weight loss coach and stuff, they say like that 24 hours, as long as you have that calorie deficit within the 24 hours. But I'm telling you from my experience, if you want, I don't do intermittent fasting. I guess you would call that on the weekend. I don't eat till like 11 or 12. So maybe that is like a form of intermittent fasting because I still am cutting off that eating at 7:30. When I don't do that, when I don't do the intermittent fasting, it's during the weekdays, but I don't call it that. I just cut that eating off. I feel so much lighter and better in the morning. The longer you could go before you eat or drink, I think the better. So that helped me cutting off that eating. They say it doesn't make a difference. I don't know if I agree with that 110% because I'm still getting my calories in that window, and my body is having more time to process and digest that food. So that's one. The second thing I would say is cut those carbs out at night. Cut those carbs out at night. So I would just eat the protein and veggies at night. And that is what started me up when I felt like I was in a stall. Now I know I wasn't in a stall because I still had a weight loss. It was like 2.2 or something like that for the month. But that's still not considered a stall. And so to speed my weight loss up again, that's what I ended up doing. So those things work. I just think if you, and you didn't say you would titrate up, but I know a lot of people, that's their first thought. Like, if I go up, it's going to stop, it's going to help with my weight loss. And, it's going to get that going. And I don't know that that's necessarily true. What it may do is what I talked about earlier. It may suppress your appetite so you eat less. And that's not what you want to do. You want to find other ways to manage that weight loss without having to cut all your calories back, and without having to, feel like you got to exercise like 7 days out of the week, right? You got to find like a balance with that. So I hope that was helpful. If not, check out my video. I highlight this all in my last video. I talk about like research proven things that you could do to get that weight loss going again. One of the things was not cutting off your eating. That's a DD thing, and I'm telling you, it works. Cutting those carbs out at night. That's also going to help fuel that weight loss. And again, thank you for stopping in, and thank you for leaving me such nice messages. You sincerely, you do. You make my day. Taisha, that's encouraging. Thank you. All right, very good. Very good. People are celebrating. Oh, Andrea, that's okay. She's going to come out of it. I have a feeling. Diva, your enthusiasm is addicting. Thanks for being you. Thank you. Thank you, Diane. That was such a nice compliment. Thank you. Andrea, have you worked with a dietitian? I highly recommend. Yes, a good suggestion. Work with a dietitian. Yes. Let's see. People are saying thank you. Okay. Andrea, sorry to hear that. It's such an individualized process. As long as you're eating enough, including enough protein and doing some resistance training, I would say stick with the process for sure. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so sorry, Andrea. However, I feel like your time is near. You got this. Yes, I love that. Agreed, Dee Dee. Titrating up does not always mean more weight loss. You're gorgeous, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. That was sweet. Last month, I lost 1 pound. I was frustrated, but I told myself, just keep doing what I'm doing. I needed to trust the process, Taisha. And this month, you lost 5. My body was doing some non-scale work. Yes, we got to give that confetti. Let's see. Let's give that confetti. And you know what? We got to give confetti to, very good. Thank you for sharing that. And you know what? Let's give some confetti to Andrea for sharing that. Where is she? Let's find her. This little StreamYard. I think that they need to do a better job with these comments. I shouldn't have said that. They might take me off. They might blur me out. I'm trying to find Andrea so I could give her some confetti for sharing that with us. Where is she? Okay, wait a minute. I don't know if I'm going to find. There she is. Let's give her some confetti. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for sharing that, because I think people come to these lives and think that they have to be doing all these fabulous things in order to, make comments and stuff. And you really don't. We're here to support you. So I hope, that message is out there. All right, Mel. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Okay. Oh, on brown velvet. Another thing I wanted to add to that is when I was researching, some strategies on what you could do if you were in a stall, if you were plateauing. One of the things that they said was your body could be holding on to water, and your body could also be trying to hold on to muscle too. Like, who knew that? Your body is trying to hold on to these things. Your body is trying to, hold on to that fat. It's also trying to hold on to that fat. It doesn't want to let that fat go. And so you got to stay strong. I feel like we're in a duel with our fat. Yeah, the fat is trying to hold on to the pole and we're trying to pull it away from that pole. And, it's like, are you going to let that fat beat you? You're not. You're going to hang in there. You got to stay strong. And it sounds easy when you say it, but we just got to do it. We got to do it. So when that fat is trying to hold on and we don't have that weight loss for the month, what we would have done before is probably just said, forget it. I'm just going to eat. But now we're trusting the process. We're staying committed, right? We're staying committed. And that next week, or even if it's not next week, Andrea, maybe that third month, it's going to pay off. And then if that doesn't happen, that's what our healthcare professional, the nutritionist, the dietitian, any of those things, that we need those things to kick in for us. So I think that's awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So, simplification, dealing with inflammation, retention as well. Oh no, I bet you that's not fun. That's one of the things I think is going to keep me on this medication is that inflammation. Cause right now I'm not feeling it at all. I honestly have forgotten how horrible it was. Taisha says, I hope it subsides for you very soon. All right. And she's saying, yes, Brown Velvet. Congratulations, Brown Velvet. And I love your new profile pic. You're absolutely gorgeous. She is. She is. I meant Andrea is gorgeous, but if it, she is, isn't she? I say the same thing. I say the same thing. Our little profile pic. Love it. Trusting the process. There you go. There you go. Brown Velvet. I like my body that was doing some non-scale work. I'm saving that for future reference. A non-scale work. That is cool. Let's give her some confetti for that. We're gonna have her coin that. Mayor Mindy, by the way, Mayor Mindy in effect. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, very good. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Oh, she liked it too. All right. Sounds like a great daily dose topic. Yes. Jen says, I moved up to 12.5 trying to be fast and it backfired. So higher isn't always best. This week I took a 10 instead of my 15 and lost 2 pounds. So proves my point. Jen, we got to confetti you, lady. We got to give you some confetti. That is so awesome. I love that. I love that. Very good. So you said you were trying to be fast and it backfired. Okay, so that's a lesson for us to be learned. All right, so now that I'm back to you, Jen, let me take you back to my weight loss. Here we go, Jen. So I was at 239.2. I'm at 237.6. I lost 1.6 pounds, but that's in the 2-week span, remember? I'm down 68.8. So I need 1.2 pounds next week, hopefully, to get to, or whenever, to get to that, what do you call that? 70 pounds down. I'm excited. 70 pounds down. So yeah, there I am in all my little weight loss shenanigans there. Geez, Louise. Okay. All right. What are you guys saying? I threw myself off. Geez, Louise. Okay, wait. I think I'm toward the end here. Okay. I was at Jen. Jim, both of us need to leave our doses alone. Yes, very good, very good. Non-scale work. Yes, we love that. Trademark. That's Brown Velvet's trademark. We love it. I'm so serious, Brown Velvet. I'm still in it. You can't because it's trademarked. Delilah, you're so funny. Jen says thanks, but I'm supposed to be in maintenance. LOL. Oh my god. So you're not in maintenance, or you can't be in that high doses in maintenance. Is that what you're saying, Jen? I don't know if you can't, but you usually aren't, right? But I do know some people who say they're in maintenance and they're still taking like the 15. So I guess I don't know. I don't know if your insurance approves that you're doing that. It's just working for her. Very good. So I can't wait to see this on playback because I can't wait to see if you see all these blotches and stuff in the video that I'm seeing. It's like, you know how like has your TV ever like gone out of vision? I don't know. That's what this is like. But Brown Velvet, we all are Z. We're all thank you, Brown Velvet. Yes, Taisha says maintenance doesn't equal a low dose. All right, so we're going to be getting out of here. Z says, have a blessed Sunday, everyone. Got to get to my weight training. I love that. I love that. Um, my screen looks good. Okay, it's hard to tell if you can't see. So thank you, everybody, for sticking with me. You know, what we've been on here for an hour and 8 minutes. I'm headed to gymnastics. I got a shop for my daughter has a field trip coming up. I got a busy week of testing. I'm into May. May is also busy for me. So I will see you guys on Mondays. Taisha has her live, and then Wednesday I'll be live at 8:30 instead of 8. And then I'll see you on Friday, Sunday. Have a happy Sunday. Thank you. Bye-bye.